what's up YouTube? For today's video with a full Tauros Forms team. Finally, I'm able to do this team. So Tauros is now a transferable Pokemon, and we're going to do this Forms team. So we got the Kanto Tauros, and we got the other three. So Blaze, Aqua, and Combat. I'll be using 4 Bulls on one team. We've got Kutchu as the new ability and Sheer Force, Intimidate, and Anchor Point 2. I'll be using each of these abilities on each Tauros. I've got 5 battles for today's video, and I hope you enjoy. First battle, this one is against Brett. This is a random battle on the Poké Portal, and we have a 4 versus 4 battle. So I've got a special Tauros here. It's a Blaze one. It really doesn't get a lot of special moves. Now, this is Fire Blast, Terra Blast, Sub, and Endure. I've got the ability Kutchu, and item is going to be Potato Berry. So max special attack and max speed, modest nature. So I didn't really have a lot to do to Urshifu. I was sort of just trying to go for some damage here. And it was about a 3-hit KO. Now, actually, I got hit by the Urshifu's aerial waste, almost putting me in the range of my Potato Berry. So I was lucky enough able to get a substitute off, which is going to allow me to get another Potato Berry, which is really cool. Now, with the Kutchu ability, this ability actually used to be really, really good until they obviously patch it. But obviously after the the next turn in the battle of after a berry has been activated, the berry will activate again. So that's why I'm using the move Endure to stall out that next turn, because at the end of this next turn, I'll get the Potato Berry back again. It's funny because before this got patched, you could essentially keep getting a berry back every single turn at the end, which is, really quite cool. So I know I'm a little bit disappointed they took that out, but anyway, that's the end of the Urshifu. So special Tauros remained victorious, at least in that matchup. Next Pokemon is Ursaluna. I popped the Fire Blast. It's landed, which I'm really happy about, and really nice damage there to the Urshifu. Ursaluna is going to go for a slash. You can't blame me for that. Those names are pretty similar. I'm going to get roasted for that for sure. So now we're going to bring in the Tauros. It's a special set, a Pipnite special. We got Blizzard, Fire Blast, Shadow Ball, and Work Up. Terra goes as the Terra, which is quite good because Tauros is only weak to fighting, and a lot of the time it would draw out a fighting type move. This got Life Orb as the item, which works well with Sheer Force, and we got the EV spread of max special attack and max speed, modest nature. Now, question of the day, what do you think of Tauros? Do you like Tauros? Do you hate Tauros? What do you think? I always quite like Tauros. I've always felt a really cool Pokemon. It's got some nice speed, and of course, being a normal type, it learns a lot of cool different moves there. But yeah, I've always liked Tauros. I guess Tauros is probably the most notorious for when Ash Ketchum caught like 69 of them. Anyway, so I'm going to fire a Shadow Ball right in Hooper's hole, and it did some pretty good damage. Here comes a Hyperspace Fury, and yeah, that's going to definitely be the end of Tauros. Speaking of Hooper, I actually will be able to do I actually was doing before in Sword and Shield, I was doing those Pokemon movie teams. And I'm actually going to do that Hooper movie team in the, I guess in the next month or so, something like that. Also, I'm going to do a Hooper Forms team too. I've actually never done one. So we're going to bring on my next Tauros. This is the, we got the Aqua one here. So we got the move Raging Bull. Raging Bull is based on the type. This is a water type, obviously the Aqua one, so it's going to be a water type move. We got Close Combat, Endure, and Iron Head. Ability is Anchor Point, and item is Weakness Policy. I've got the EV spread, max attack and max speed, Jolly Nature, and this one was probably the best set on my team. So we got a Decidueye as the last Pokemon. It's going to be Terra Fighting, which is going to be pretty terrifying. Now, I went for the Iron Head here, and I got a lucky flinch. I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. Let's go for it again. Let's see if we get another one. And I actually got 2 flinches in a row, which is amazing. Then I went for Endure. I'm like, all right, I'm going to be a smarty here. I know they're probably going to... They could possibly just go for attacking move, but they may go for, obviously, a super effective move, and they did. And I activated my weakness policy. I'm like, all right, cool. Well, I can just finish this off with any attacking move. I was like, the only thing I have to worry about is if it does have Sucker Punch. And then it had Sucker Punch. I'm like, I should have just attacked there instead of going for Endure. But that's how it goes sometimes. I wanted to troll, and the trolling backfired. However, there's one more bull left, and there's plenty of bull in this video, plenty of cap, right? So we got this Tauros here. It's the combat one. I got No You'd by Scrappy, and this is a Body Press, Bulk Up, Rest, and Sleep Talk set. Let me get this EV spread up. So we got max health. It actually has a alright health stat. And I've got max special defense with careful nature. My item is apricot berry there. So when I have a quarter or less health, I'll eat my apricot berry and gain a +1 in special defense. And of course, bulk up is going to increase my attack and mainly my defense because I'm using a body press set. And Tauros has a nice defensive stat of 105. Well, you know, all these Tauros Paldean have some good defensive stats, so it's definitely a viable move. Now, here comes the triple arrows. I was in a lot of trouble here because it was going to bypass everything, you know? So I'm like, well, there's not a lot I can really do. So all I went for the sleep talk here. I was hoping to get some more attacks off, and I went for a body press, and it did kind of okay. Now they know they can't go for sucker punch again. I went for another sleep talk. I got back-to-back body press, and the second one, I believe, I think I got min damage, then max damage, so that was a pretty crazy finish there. Thank you to Brett for the battle, whoever you are, and let's get on to battle number 2. I'm not sure what my opponent's name here is, but I'm sure it's going to be a fun battle. First Pokemon is going to be, of course, Glaceon. Now, people, if you enjoy the videos, if you want to support the channel, make sure you hit that like button there, leave me a comment below and tell me what you think of Tauros. Now, we're almost through quite a few of these forms teams, by the way. I know I've been pumping a lot of them out lately, but we are getting through them. I think we've got about a quarter of them left, and then I want to get onto some I've got some Pokemon sweeps I want to start, and there's some other teams and stuff as well. So that's sort of just what we're looking at the moment. I sort of just want to finish all those, you know, hiss away forms off and stuff like that. If there's any other team forms you can think of, let me know in the comment section if you'd like to see them. I'm pretty much going to do all the other ones I haven't covered too. And I don't know if there's any other new ones. I was looking at maybe we could do like a Meloetta team. So I've never really covered a Meloetta team before. I could do like that. And it's pirouette form and stuff like that. Anyway, so I'm going to play this Glaceon like a fiddle and get that Fire Blast off. And it's going to get some very good damage taking out a Glaceon. So that was a perfect start to the battle. Unfortunately, I had to lose my Tauros at the beginning there, but it is what it is, right? Out comes Rayquaza. The little Timmy has brought them legends. Blizzard misses. That was a huge, huge miss. Now Rayquaza is going to go for a Dragon Ascent, and that does a lot of damage. Tauros just hangs on. Tauros got some reasonable bulk to it. So I crossed my my hooves, and I got that Blizzard KO on the second shot, which is very, very good. So that's the end of Glaceon and Rayquaza. Damn, they've brought out the spam today. Next Pokemon is Urshifu. I'm just going to go for a Terra Shadow Ball. It's really the best I can do in this situation. I thought this should do all right, maybe a 2-hit KO, and it did. It was pretty much nearly a 2-hit KO. Here comes a Iron Head, and that is going to be the end of the Tauros. But I've still got 2 more Tauros left. No bull. Now, the next Pokemon is going to be Tauros Combat. Now, for anyone that does ask, because there may be someone thinking this right now, I actually have done I think I called it like a cow and bovine team. I believe I have done that before. I did it with like Miltank and Tauros and stuff like that. So that team actually has been done already. If you do want to check it out, I was thinking about that. Anyway, I doubt we'll get any more Tauros forms. Let's be real. But you know what? If we ever get any more Tauros forms, I guess I'll be redoing this team in, I don't know, 2069 or something like that. Anyway, so this is pretty interesting. My bulk up body press set was still way too tanky for Urshifu to take out. I mean, even if they went for Surging Strikes again, I would have lived. So I guess they just went for a close combat crit, and, you know, it failed. Last Pokemon is going to be Mewtwo. Something looks different about Mewtwo. It looks kind of, I don't know, malnourished? I'm not sure. It just seems to be kind of skinny for some reason. Do you think? Yeah, well, look, I don't know. His body seems a little bit skinnier. Anyway, they're going to go for a Terra Psychic Psystrike. Oh, my goodness. And, yeah, that's going to be the end of Tauros. Man, Psystrike, that animation got nerfed hard. Because before it was like this big ball and these, like, psychic things just, like, smacked into you, like, continually. Like, it was a lot more, I don't know, it just looked a lot better. Anyway, so we're last Pokemon is Tauros. I've got Weakness Policy and Endure. I'm hoping I can outspeed and get the Weakness Policy and then go for Raging Bull. Unfortunately, I do not have the Terra Water to back up the base power, so I'm hoping I can outspeed and feint it. So I outspeed, which is awesome. Got the Raging Bull off, and Mewtwo lives there. Mewtwo's got some reasonable bulk about it. unfortunately, even for like a sweeping set. I guess that's what happens with legendaries there. They're very, very bulky even when they run sweeping sets. But anyway, I think that was a valiant effort there against that team. It was a very, very sweaty team. And let's get on to battle number 3. This is a battle against Master 69. And we have a Tauros versus Tauros team. So it's 4 bulls in the paddock, I guess you could say. Anyway, we're going to go for Endure first turn, and we got a Trailblaze Tauros. So this is a Aqua Tauros, and it's increasing its speed. So I can see this one's got Zen Headbutt. Now that's actually a pretty big problem due to the typing of that, because that is super effective against 3 of my Tauros. So there wasn't a lot I could do with this matchup, considering I was running the Fire Blast set. And the Terra wasn't very good either. I think it was Terra Fire as well, in case I ran out of PP. But I probably could have given it something else for coverage, but let's be real. If you check out Special Taurus's moves, it's very, very limited, which is, of course, why I want to use it. So I got my sub up here, which is cool, and I just tried to do as much damage as I possibly could with my Tauros. So I'm going to get my final Fire Blast here. I was really actually hoping for a burn against it, and I never got one. It's also going to have Raging Bull, and that's the end of Tauros there. So Tauros Blaze is going to blaze out of this battle. I quite like the Paldean Tauros. I think they're pretty cool. I know they're very, very similar. My only complaint would be, you know how they've got, like, on the front of the, what would you call it, the fur or the mane or whatever like that. I wish the blue was more noticeable. So I know there's there's little drops of it. I wish the mane would have been blue, right? And then the fire one, the mane would have been red. What do you reckon? That would look really, really cool. So it would not only be noticeable, but it would be easy to spot as well. You could keep all the, the red and the black would look cool, and the blue and the black would look really, really cool too. And of course, the combat one, you could just keep, without any of the coloring on it. So that would look really, really interesting, I reckon. But I don't know, just an idea there for the Tauruses. Next Taurus is going to be the Kanto one. Oh, obviously, this one's got the best shiny out of almost like it's like a yellow. Would you say I'd say that's a lime color. Yeah, I'd say it's a yellow or lime color. It's going to be a Terra Psychic Tauros. Oh, that's interesting. That's also very bad too, because most of my team is going to be obviously fighting. Now, I got to note one thing here. If you don't know, say you can see the Tauros use Raging Bull right now. Raging Bull takes your type. However, it won't take the Terra type. It'll take out it'll take your initial type. So, for Tauros then, it was a normal type move, if you are curious. So anyway, we're going to go for a Terra on my Tauros as well, and we're going to be going for that Terra Ghost there. This Tauros, no joke, was probably one of probably the best set on my team outside of the Endure Weakness Policy set, because no one ever expected Special Tauros here. I remember using Special Tauros back in the day, 4th gen days and stuff like that. And people were like, a Special Tauros, man, what is this? Anyway, so we're going to be going for a couple of Shadow Balls there, and that is the end of the Combat Tauros, which is good. Last Pokemon is the Kanto Tauros. It's the Psychic one. Wow, this is going to be a very, very, a very massive shakedown here between both the Tauruses. But I wanted to swap this out first and intimidate it off just to see what he was going to do. So here comes the Raging Bull. That's not going to be doing very much. Now the Tauros is going to go for a workup. Now, funnily enough, I went for a bulk up here because I thought, well, at least I can go for body press. It's not really going to do a lot of damage due to the Psychic type, but at least if I equal these workups now, I can hit pretty hard with, maybe body press. Might be able to turn it into like a three-hit KO, something like that, depending on what EV spread this Tauros is running. So the other move this has is Reversal. That's not going to do anything at all. I'm going to go for Body Press. That's going to do a decent amount of damage. Raging Bull does okay damage, but it's really... my opponent can't do much damage to me at all. Now, my opponent pulls out a double-edged Tauros lived on 1 health. You wouldn't read about it. And finish off the Psychic Tauros. They were waiting to add a little bit of health left, and then I guess to try and finish with double edge. But that was a very, very close battle in the end. Hope you enjoyed the Bull versus Bull battles. Pretty unique for sure. All right, 4th battle. I'm not really sure what my opponent's name is. This is a 4v6 battle. First Pokemon here is going to be Glaceon. Now, funnily enough, I led with my Blaze Special Tauros. I landed the Fire Blast, and Glaceon got cooked. I bet you're like, huh? What the heck? A Special Tauros. Next Pokemon here is going to be the Vaporeon. So, well, Fire Blast is probably going to do an entire 3 damage, so I got to swap out and go into my Aqua Tauros. So here comes a Muddy Water. Muddy Water's not going to do hardly anything to me. It'll actually drop my accuracy, which is a bit annoying. I just went for Close Combat, and that is going to clean up the Vaporeon. That must have been a definite sweeping set there for sure. I thought that'd be like a 2 KO, but it was obviously 1. Next is going to be Miraidon. Now I was like, oh, wow, I don't know what I can do to this thing. So this is a difficult Pokemon to swap into. So I was like, okay, the best I can do is going for Endure. I can stall this turn out, and I might be able to stall the Electric Trainer. I really didn't know what to do here. I wanted to get a weakness policy and give it a go anyway. So I've got my weakness policy up here because I endured that hit. Now I can go for a Raging Bull. I don't have many options to go for here outside of Close Combat. So I decided to go for that, and that was really the only move I had. I had like Raging Bull and Close Combat. What was the other move on there? That was Iron Head. Iron Head was going to do hardly anything at all either. Now the next Pokemon is going to be Thundurus. And Thundurus, for some reason, it looked like, I don't know, it looked like I got a sneeze. Hang on, I got this massive sneeze coming. I thought it was going to come through then, but look at the tiny Thundurus. It's like the tiny Zorok. This time it's floating on a cloud. Did it always look that small? Is that it? I'm not sure. It just looks really, really small for some reason. I thought it'd be bigger than that. Like the Thundurus looks tiny. It's like a tiny cloud. I don't know. It's like watching Dragon Ball, you know? When he's flying on the cloud. Anyway, so I'm going to go for an Endure. I'm really trying to get an extra Potato Berry boost here. This thing's got 2 electric moves. It's got a signature move and Thunder, which is kind of strange there. I got a Kachu, which is going to eat my berry, and now I'm possibly going to get outsped here for sure, because it outsped me the previous time. Here comes a Wild Bot Storm, and that is the end of the Tauros. I was actually hoping for a miss there. It was a decent chance, but so that's the end of 2 balls. Next ball is going to be my Kanto Tauros. And on this one, I do have, Blizzard. So it's got Thrash. I was like, what is this moveset? So that's the end of the Thundurus. I dropped it with a Blizzard, which is pretty cool. Now, the next Pokemon I come at it is going to be Qian Pao. I was like, oh, that's definitely going to go for a Sacred Sword for sure. I went for Fire Blast. I got pretty confident that I'd be able to one-shot it, and I would have if it landed, but the problem is I missed Fire Blast, which is very, very unlucky. I could have gone for Terra Ghost Fire Blast, but at that time I felt, nah, I don't need to do this because I can one-shot that, but it is what it is, right? That's Pokemon for you. So now I'm going to go to my last Tauros. This is the, this is my bulky set. The Terra Fighting was the Terra I ran on this too. This is the bulk up body press set. So I thought I might be able to get around this a little bit. We shall see. So I've got the, I got hit by Ruination too, which was a bit of a surprise. That's going to get rid of half my health. It's like, well, I'll just go for Terra Fighting Body Press here. I have got the type advantage, and that's going to one-shot it, which is very, very good. I had a feeling it would there due to its weakness. So that's the end of Qian Pao. Next Pokemon is going to be Chestnut. So I need to get body presses up here and bulk ups going. So I got the bulk up, which is good. I outsped too, which is nice. Now the Chestnut's going to go for Hammer Arm. Like, yeah, I'll be able to live that one. Tauros has got like a lot of bulk to it. Now, I thought about going for Rest here. I was like, yeah, I better go for Rest just in case it's got like, you know, it crits me or has like an even more powerful move or has a way of boosting its stats or something like that. So Tauros is going to go to sleep. Now, next move it uses Earthquakes. It's got Hammer Arm and Earthquake. All right, well, that's fine. I can live those moves pretty easily. Now I'm going to go for the Sleep Talk, and I got Body Press. Like, that's pretty good. It's a 3-hit KO on Chestnut. Chestnut's got some pretty good defense. Here comes a Wood Hammer. Like, yeah, if I didn't get those bulk ups there, I would have been destroyed by that move. So I got a Rest Sleep Talk bulk up, which is nice. Woodhammer did a little bit of recall. This is going to do another little bit of recall. And now it's like, you know what? I'm just going to go for the body press here. That should be enough. And that was enough to take out the Chestnut. Oh, that's the end of their team too. That was their entire team. Thank you to my opponent there. Not really sure of your name or my random opponent's name there. But another cool battle. Let's get on to the 5th and final battle. Once again, a lot of random opponents today. I always like what I've been trying to do lately. I've been trying to mix it in with random opponents and any really good battles I get on my stream or in my Discord members room. So I always try and give like a mix now, which is, I think it's pretty cool. So our next Pokemon is going to be Charizard as our lead here. It is going to hit me with the Air Slash. I just lived. It was very, very close. So I was thinking, well, I could go for Endure here. I could get this Charizard with a +2 Fire Blast. Granted, it's probably not going to do very much damage, but I may as well get some damage off the nut. You know what? If I was to go for a Terra here on a special set, I'd probably have something like maybe Terra, I don't know, Terra Rock or something like that. That could have been handy, especially against this Charizard. So I got a pretty good amount of damage off there with the Fire Blast when you think about it. And Charizard is going to finish me off with a Flamethrower. So I've got 3 left now. I can easily go into my Water Tauros here and just go for Raging Bull and finish it off, you know, pretty comfortably. I'm going to be going for that. I didn't think my opponent wanted to swap there either, like, depending on their team. So that's going to be the end of the Charizard. Next Pokemon is Iron Bundle. I had a feeling this is probably the only Pokemon that could have swapped in here. And I'm going to close combat that out of this matchup, which is good because that's a very, very scary Pokemon. So Charizard and Iron Bundle are going to be down there. Next Pokemon I come out here against the Tauros is going to be Lycanroc. So like, well, I guess I can go for close combat again. You know, I'll be out outspeed. And that's 3 Pokemon. So far, Tauros Aqua is sweeping through this thing. That's 3 Pokemon. It has fainted. Next Pokemon's going to be Armoroak. I'm like, well, I can go for Raging Bull unless they go for a Terra. So I was like, okay, well, I'll go for Raging Bull. Armoroak's going to get dropped like a sack of potatoes. I don't think that critical hit mattered unless it was like running something like Max Health and Max Defense. 5th Pokemon here is going to be Azumarill. I'm like, yeah, I don't know about this one. So we've got a Terra Azumarill. Now, this Azumarill is it's either going to go Terra Fairy or they're going to try and set up Belly Drum me. So they went for the Terra Fairy. I was like, yeah. I've got Iron Head on this, but you know, I really was hoping that initial Iron Head, I could have got a flinch there, and they got their player off. If I got a flinch, that was the end of the Azumarill for sure. Like, Aqua Jet wouldn't have finished me off. So next Pokemon is going to be the Tauros. Combat is like, well, I can at least drop his attack with Intimidate. Outside that, I really can't do too much. They don't have enough to go for Belly Drum, which I guess is good. So I got that +1. I also outsped the Azumarill, which is great too. So I just went for Body Press, and 2 Body Presses were going to be enough to take it out here. Unfortunately, at this stage here, I thought that it might have Aqua Jet, but it didn't go for it. But I was like, yeah, I don't think it would have fainted anyway. It would have been very, very close. So that's the end of the Azumarill. Last Pokemon on their team is going to be King Toilet. I was like, you know what? I'm loaded up here. Let's go with the Terra-fighting Tauros. Look, this could have Sucker Punch, and it might still fake me, but I've still got 1 Pokemon in the back, which I'm very, very sure, you know, can take this out. So regardless of my feint here, I should be fine. No Sucker Punch, and that is going to be the end of the King Toilet, and that is the end of all 5 battles. Hope you enjoyed the Tauros Forms team. It was a really fun team to do. No bull. Peace out, people.